As we have for many years, we have invited members of our sacred community to share a little bit of their Jewish journey. And we share it at this point in our worship to connect it to the next prayer, Mi Chamocha, words that our ancestors sang at the shores of the Red Sea as they departed from servitude in Mitzrayim in Egypt and began their journey to the Promised Land. Last night we heard from June Rubin about her Jewish journey, and this morning we're delighted to hear from Jordan Rubinfeld. They have a nice connection that they may not have known. They both went to NYU or go to NYU. So Jordan, if you'll join us and share a little bit of your Jewish journey with us this morning.
Good morning and Lashana Tova.
Shana Tova.
My Jewish education started at Maimonides Academy. I have vivid memories of making hamantashen, latkes, and challah, singing songs and learning about the history of our people. I entered religious school here at Shir Shalom. I also spent summers attending Jewish sleepaway camp where I connected with other kids and learned even more about our culture. This was especially important to me growing up in Ridgefield, given its relatively small Jewish community. I was in 8th grade when I first faced anti-Semitism. We were given a group assignment to draw a symbol, and someone in my group drew a swastika. I asked him to erase it. He responded that it was a Buddhist symbol and refused to acknowledge that it had any other meaning. Although the symbol may in fact have another meaning, it was too hard for me to separate it as anything other than blatant anti-Semitism. I am painfully aware that had my great-great-grandparents not immigrated from Eastern Europe to America in the face of religious persecution, they could have had the same fate as so many millions of others. Up until this point, I had heard the phrase never forget, but it was this experience that gave it real meaning to me. I understood that I would never and could never forget this reality. In high school, I became a teen trainer with the ADL, where I was taught and taught others ways to address anti-Semitism. I was also selected as a leader for tomorrow with the American Jewish Committee and became a Teen Talk advisor for Jewish Big Brother, Big Sister. All of these experiences built on what had happened here in Ridgefield. On October 7th, 2023, everything changed. When Hamas attacked Israel, terror, fear, and horror ensconced Israel and the rest of the world. Having just spent the summer there, I could not wrap my head around this horrific massacre. At the time, I was enmeshed in writing college applications while watching the exponential and unprecedented rise of anti-Semitism on college campuses. It was unnerving to see Jewish students being attacked, stabbed, spat on, and verbally abused, not only for being Jewish, but also for expressing a connection to Israel. Despite all that has been happening on campuses and across the world, I have been fortunate enough to say that as a Jewish student at New York University, I have not personally experienced anti-Semitism on campus. Although NYU is located in the heart of Greenwich Village, where protests of all types abound, with the support of the Bronfman Center at NYU Hillel and the strong Jewish community on campus, I feel safe, welcome, and a strong sense of Jewish pride. I was taught both at this synagogue and at home to be Jewish and proud. The values that have been instilled in me are my compass as I navigate these uncertain times. Although my experiences have had a significant impact on how I view my Judaism, it has been my family that has made my connection to my Judaism so important to me. My parents and extended family have modeled the things that matter most through the values they promote and demonstrate, and through their words of wisdom by celebrating Shabbat and holidays and teaching by example how to live authentically Jewish lives. I've been fortunate not only to have my parents to teach me these things, but also to have had special and unique relationships with my grandparents and my great-grandmother, all of whom also placed emphasis on education, Jewish learning, Israel, and family. Ledor vador, from generation to generation. I had the privilege of having had 4 generations at my bat mitzvah, to read from the Torah with my mother and father, my grandparents, and my great-grandmother all beside me. On that day, I was gifted with a Cantor Debbie Talit, embedded with reminders of loved ones who came before me. I was literally wrapped in love when I entered the world of Jewish adulthood at age 12. Ledor vador, my guide as I navigate my Jewish journey. As I continued down my path at NYU, I found even more ways to embrace my Judaism, whether it be from my internship with the nonprofit Repair the World this summer, or to be entrenched in the Jewish community as a student leader at Hillel. My journey would not have been possible without the lessons from those whose paths I have crossed. I carry these learnings of strength, love, and commitment forward, especially during these uncertain times. And I am filled with tremendous gratitude for my teachers and mentors here at Shir Shalom, who have been an integral part of this journey. I wish everyone a year of health and peace. L'shana tova.